Hey Tube, welcome back. In the previous video, we talked about how the installation of NestJS project or application works and how can you create a new project. And today we'll talk about the project structure. So if you if you didn't watch the previous video, I highly recommend you to watch it. So you know how we installed NestJS and how we created a new project. We created a project called demo. So after you have created an SJS project using the Nest CLI, it's helpful to understand the project structure that's being generated for you. This structure is designed to help organize your code in a modular and maintainable way. Let's talk about the overview. First, we have the Node module, and this one contains all of your project's npm dependencies. We have the source folder where the core of your Nest.js application lives. We have the app.controllers. We have app.controller.spec.ts. This is the unit test for the application's controller. We have app.controller.ts. It's a basic controller with a single route. We have app.module.ts. This is the root module of the application. And we have app.service.ts. It's a basic service with a single method. And after that, we have main.ts. This is the entry file of the application, which uses the Nest factory to create a Nest.js application instance. This is a Nest factory. We have test folder. It contains E2E tests. We have app e2e.spec.ts. This is the end-to-end test for the. This is the end-to-end test for the application. We have just e2e.json. This is the just configuration file for end-to-end tests. We have ESLint control. This is configuration file for ESLint, a tool for identifying and reporting on patterns in TypeScript. We have here git ignore. Um, this is specific files intentionally untracked file. It's basically the intentionally untracked files to ignore while using git. We have the prettier control file. This one configuration file for prettier of opinionated code formatter. We have Nest CLI JSON. It's a configuration file for Nest CLI. It can contain settings like a project's entry file and compiler options. We have package.log.json or yarn.log. It's automatically generated files to log the versions of your npm or yarn dependencies. We have package.json. This describes your project and its dependencies and contains various metadata and scripts related to your project. We have readme file. This one a markdown file with a reference to some resource and basic instructions. We have ts um, config file, tsconfig.build.json. This is a TypeScript configuration for build, and it's extending the tsconfig.json. This is a TypeScript compiler configuration file for your project. So we need to understand the structure, specifically in the source. So the source directly is structured around the main building blocks of Nest.js applications. We have modules, which this one, each feature of the application is structured as module, which is app.module.ts, being the root module. A module is a class decorator with at module decorator, which provides metadata that NestJS uses to organize the application structure. We have the controller responsible for handling incoming requests and returning responses to the client. We have services and providers. These are responsible for business logic and are often are often services that can be injected into controllers or other services in app.service.ts. We have a main.ts here. It's where your application gets bootstrapped. The Nest factory is used to create an instance of your application. We have the test files, .spec.ts and .e2e.ts. These files are unit tests and and E2E end-to-end tests are placed respectively. They are named after the file they are testing. The NestJS CLI also supports creating new components within your project. For example, running Nest generate service user could create a new service for user related business logic, and CLI could place it within the appropriate directory, typically under source users. Um, Understanding the project structure is vital because it's not only affects the development experience but also impacts how easily other developers can understand and contribute to the project. NestJS structure helps enforce good practices by organizing the application into clear logic components. So that's it for this video, and I hope you like my content. If you like my content, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a video, and see you in future problem.